I never wanted to marry her. I knew how damned my family is.
They say marriage opens your eyes, but mine opened my fears. When I married Ethan, everything looked perfect. He was calm, soft-spoken, and deeply respectful. The kind of man you could proudly bring home. He ate with everyone, my parents, our friends, even strangers. He laughed, told jokes, and thanked whoever cooked. But the nights were different. He never ate at night with anyone. He would wait till everyone was asleep, then go into the kitchen, alone. No lights, no sound, no explanation. At first, I thought it was a personal ritual, but when I asked, he simply said, "It's nothing, love. I just prefer quiet." Still, it didn't sit right, because no matter how early or late I stayed awake, I'd always hear faint movements in the kitchen. The clink of plates, the sound of chewing, a whisper too soft to make out. Once, I walked in on him by accident. The lights were off, but I could see the faint shape of his body sitting at the table. "Ethan?" I called softly. He froze, then slowly turned toward me. The darkness hid his face, but something about his posture felt wrong, too still, too aware. I reached for the light switch. "Don't," he said sharply. His voice was firm, almost unfamiliar. "Don't. Please, don't turn it on." That was the first time fear brushed my heart. Weeks passed. I couldn't shake the feeling that something was terribly off. So, out of desperation, I told his closest friend, Michael. "Michael," I said, trying to sound calm, "there's something strange about Ethan. He refuses to eat at night with anyone. He only eats in the dark, alone."
I just wish you'd see it from my perspective.
I'm trying to.
"I've seen him whispering while he eats." Michael chuckled. "You're overthinking things. Maybe he's just fasting or praying." "No," I said, shaking my head. "It's every night, the same time, the same way." Michael's laughter faded when he saw the worry in my eyes. He leaned closer. "Does he talk to someone?" "I don't know," I whispered, "but it feels like he's not alone when he eats." Michael frowned. "Listen, don't panic. I'll talk to him, casually. Maybe it's nothing." I nodded, but that night, something inside me said, "Don't." Still, I was too tired to fight anymore. The next evening, my best friend Grace came over. When I told her everything, she laughed nervously. "You're scaring me," she said. "You remember what the doctor said, right? About your anxiety? You've had hallucinations before." "I'm not hallucinating, Grace." She sighed. "Okay, I'll come around this evening. We'll eat together. Maybe it'll clear your mind." "No," I said quickly. "It only happens in the dark." Grace frowned. "Now you're really starting to scare me." Just then, Ethan walked in. He smiled politely at Grace, kissed me on the forehead, and said, "You're both talking about me, aren't you?" Grace laughed awkwardly. "We were just planning dinner." Ethan smiled wider. "Good. Make something delicious." That night, Grace left early. Her flight was rescheduled that night. I begged her to stay, but she insisted she'd call when she landed. When the door shut behind her, silence filled the house. I sat in bed, staring at the clock. 11:47 p.m. My heart raced. I could hear faint footsteps heading to the kitchen. For a week, everything hummed with the ordinary. Church on Sunday, phone calls, the slow, comfortable rhythm of life. Then, one Thursday, Michael came by. He said he wanted to help Ethan with a work thing. He'd kept his promise to talk, and I wanted to believe that anything spoken in the light could be cured. I busied myself with dishes while they spoke in the living room. The conversation was about nothing. Sports and a mutual client. until I heard a small, dangerous pause. I crept to the half-open living room window and pressed my ear to the cool wood. Then Ethan's voice, almost tender, could be heard saying,
I never wanted to marry. I knew what I was bringing her into.
How long?
As long as I can take.
When she finds out,
Michael answered, as if he'd been waiting to say the thing aloud.
You're only prolonging the hunger, Ethan. You will have to feed it one day.
Michael's tone tightened. When she finds out, Ethan cut him off, voice flat as a blade.
She knows?
She will die.
The words landed in me like a hand across the mouth. I stepped back through the half-curtain. I could see them both. The sight of Michael's face, not furious, not repulsed, but resigned, hit me harder than the worst speech. If I find out, I will die. That sentence kept repeating in my head. God, what have I gotten myself into? I thought that was the end of it. The moment you learn something terrible and walk away bearing it. But secrets don't want to be carried. They want to be fed. In the days after, I watched how Ethan would look at me when he thought I wasn't watching. Longing, apology. One afternoon, he said something to Michael that clanged inside my...
I never wanted to marry her. I knew how damned my family is.
She insisted. I promised I would keep it from her. Michael's answer was only a whisper. How long? And Ethan's reply, the same steady thing. As long as I can take. The repetition made it a covenant, not a slip. A vow to ignorance, sworn in the dark. That night, I was alone again. Completely alone. And I made up my mind. I couldn't live with unanswered questions anymore. So I waited, pretended to be asleep. And when I heard the sound of the dining chair move, I followed again, this time with my phone camera on. What I saw froze my blood. He wasn't alone. Across from him sat something, someone, shadowed, hunched, faceless, but solid enough to move. And they were eating together, the same food, except the food wasn't food anymore. It was crawling, alive. I screamed. The shadow vanished instantly. My husband turned sharply, eyes wide, face twisted in terror, not at me, but at what had just disappeared.
Welcome to African Folktale with Z. If you would like to know what happens next, type next, and it will be dropped this instance. Don't forget to like, share, and follow, as this channel needs your support to grow.